Last video I made a little showcase of Soldier FSM 045, and I was talking about TCL and guard waypoints a little bit. But I decided I wanted to make a little video to showcase TCL a little bit more, and explain why I'm using it in my missions, and maybe some of the downsides with it as well. um, Basically, TCL Tactical Combat Link is a mod that makes AI call in reinforcements. And also, it changes a little bit of the soldier behavior in the way it switches stances, and it also changed the behavior on how they push into combat. The squad is pushing into combat, and it gives the squads a little bit of a flanking behavior as well. So you can do more with TCL. You can set up triggers like this, and you can just write in the text field of it, and you can then set AI to do certain behavior that will override the TCL basic behavior. So, for example, in this scenario, I have no waypoints on these squads, as you can see, neither on the up 4 nor the blue 4, except for the recon teams. So I'm pushing up 2 recon teams to kind of dissect each other's path. And once they start seeing each other, they're going to do a little threat assessment to check out whether whatever they spotted has the numbers that threatens the group, and if yes, they will call in reinforcements to support the recon teams. So once right now I put the support threshold to very low, so that even if they spot like one enemy or something, they will call in reinforcements immediately. If you want to tweak TCL and tweak the values of TCL, you can go to the scenario folder in our showcase missions, and you have the TCL system here, and you can open the database, and here you have all the tweaks possible. I've set up this to work very well with Soldier FSM right now, so I wouldn't be twitching too much on this, but I've written comments on what everything does as far as I have knowledge. This is number of groups, for example, that will be called in. This is the as I talked about, the force, the threat assessor that will decide whether they will call reinforcements or not, and also you have how much knowledge they need to have before they call in reinforcements. And 1.5 is when they have identified the enemy. You can make them call in even before they have one knowledge, so they will immediately call reinforcements. Or if you put this to 4, they won't call any reinforcements at all, because or 0, they won't call reinforcements at all. Yeah, if you want to know more about these values, you can read here, or you can talk to me and discuss it. Maybe you have something to show me as well that I'm not aware about. Once you tweaked the database here, you can go to the mission, and you can set up whatever areas you want to defend, right? So if you look at my map right now, I set up this area. This group here will defend. This group here doesn't have anything on it, so it will be called in as reinforcements. Anything that is set to default will be called in as reinforcements. This group also will be called in as reinforcements. The only difference on this group is that I added this little command here in the composition in it. And what this does is that it gets a marker and it sets a TCL position on this marker. Meaning, what this means, when the battle is over, the squad will move to this marker here. So EM1, as you see on the squad here, I put it to EM. It should be _1. That means when the squad has fought and won over the enemy, the squad will return to this position and not this position where it initially started. So you can set this to, for example, go back here, and the squad will actually return to this marker now after the combat. This can be neat, like if you don't want a squad to just hang around wherever it was fighting, you might want it to return back to some position, and from there it will be called back in again and return back to this position, just like a guard waypoint. But it's not restricted by having a guard trigger. It will engage you anywhere. Um, then what haven't I spoken about? You have these triggers, and anything that is linked or synchronized with this trigger will trigger this function here, which is TCL defend. And TCL defend is basically, it's very neat. This squad here stay within this range of the trigger, and it will try to defend this area. However, if there's an enemy here, for example, they will actually move out like 50, 100 meters or something out, but they will stop like outside here and try to chase them a bit, but they will return back to the trigger after some time. So with the defense trigger, they will actually move a little bit outside and hunt the enemy outside the defense zone, but they will always return to the area that they're defending. Now, this one has a hold trigger, and it's synced to the squad. I'm not really sure. I need to figure that out, whether you have to move the squad into the trigger or whether you can move it outside the trigger and synchronize it. I'm going to test that now to just see if that's the case and see it for yourself. But what I've been doing is to put it inside the trigger, and even without the sync, it will link itself to this trigger. So let's see if it works if I put it outside. This one is inside, so this should definitely defend this area. So yeah, you can see I set the hold trigger here, and what will happen then is that the squad will not leave this trigger at all. We'll try to maintain this area and hold it. That means it won't chase outside like in defense version. Now, these squads, I got the marker position EM1 as well, so let's see if it does anything. It should return back to this compound over here. Let's call this HQ. That is it. There are other ways to tweak the behavior of the squads. I've set this one to, so you have this ability here where you can set TCL enhanced, for example. This will set this squad to enhanced mode. To me, it's a little black box what enhanced is, but what it basically does is that, how I understand, it will not be a part of the reinforcement cycle. So when another squad is actually calling for reinforcements, this squad will not be called for reinforcements. It will still have the features of TCL movement and behavior, but it won't be moving into support. We'll see. We're going to prove this and see if this is true as well. There is another there's another order as well, which is called TCL default. I'm going to test that as well. Not really sure what happens to default squads, but I'm just going to place a squad over here. Maybe for this time, our team. He's going to be over here, and I'm going to put this one to default to see what that does. And then you also have disable. So I can put another team back here, for example. That's what could that be? Sniper team. I'm just gonna put that here, and I could write disabled like this. That doesn't mean that they're disabled and like sorry for the non-political correct word, but retarded. It just means that they can't move. The AI will still work and they will still fight, but the TCL won't. And that's it. So let's see how this runs. And yeah, this is enhanced squad over here. Let's see how that reacts, whether it's being called or not. Yeah. Okay. So now we're in game. Let's see how CL is running this. By the way, I put this group now into combat. They should be behaving a little bit different. And this group, this recon team here is stealth. Just want to see how they behave differently. TCL. TCL is making the units, as you see, stay a little bit more carefully when they have stealth on. They will use cover much better and so on. Okay, we have an engagement. And that's silenced. And as you see, that once they pick up silenced weapons or any weapon at all, they will react. You see these groups here not reacting. It's because silenced weapons only have a very limited range. So these groups won't hear. Now you hear them shoot. These groups should react. Just take a little time. Kind of weird. Huh. This group reacted, as you see. Yeah, there you go. Now this group took cover. Now these guys are reacting as well. Some will react faster, some slower. Now let's look at the groups here. If I remember, this did not have any TCL tweaks to it. This is the enhanced group, and you see it's not pushing or being called in, or at least not yet. This group over here is, I forgot to actually show you guys, this is normal, so it will be called in, and as you see, the vehicle here pushes in, and yeah, it gets taken out quickly. We got a little error there. So this is, I'm also bug testing now while I'm filming, by the way, so don't be discouraged by the errors. This is not a complete version of 0.45. So see, when I'm talking about 0.45, we're talking about Soldier FSM. Units got wiped out here, and they're wounded. Okay, I'm getting a lot of these errors for soldier, I mean grenade behavior. Enhance is still hanging back, but you see that this squad is actually starting to move now. And let's see, look at the hold squad. I think the defensive squad is doing what we expected. It holds this area, and they're not moving out to the area. You can see. This squad, I guess, is the hold squad, or it's this one. I'm not sure. I think they're trying to move in here, but the Soldier FSM is kind of moving them a little bit away. They're arguing a little bit. I would guess this is the Soldier FSM squad, but it forces the squad to go into the nearest cover. You see, they're not able to actually move outside the zone of the trigger. Yeah, here we go. Then move them in there. This squad is, I think we put default on, and it's not being called. It's reacting because it's Soldier FSM on it, but they're not moving in. This group here is normal, so this is actually being called in. As you see now, it's a little bit of a spread. This group here is getting wiped because Op4 has so much forces on that side. So Blue 4 is actually, I think Blue 4 is gonna get wiped this time. You see that here, this squad is not pushing outside the borders of their hold. I think Soldier FSM is trying to make that happen, to try and push them into cover here, but TCL is just like, no, you're going back. These squads here, I'm not sure if I put them, which waypoints I put them on. I kind of forgot it. This group is defending. You see, they're not pushing. They're not moving outside their area of defense much. This is the default squad. Just holds his position and is remaining passive. Blue 4 squad is completely wiped almost because they keep pushing forward, and obviously they will run into defensive positions over here. And now Blue 4 has got together. So these guys successfully called in reinforcements from one of the squads, and now they're kind of fighting together. They might be a little bit too close to each other, but the system is working, even though it's simplified. Turn down the volume a little bit. So, oh. So you see, now they got into their hold waypoint and they're actually holding this location now. And Soldier FSM is making them move around, use cover and change cover positions, which is what we want, right? Got a couple of dead guys here. This squad here is being very slow. This is linked, yeah. This is their mates. They basically got contacts here, I guess. They will eventually come in. I think it's because Op4 is winning. They're not really called in as aggressive, but you can see that now they're pushing. And Blue 4 is kind of trying to push to their flanks. They're not pushing directly, and that's probably caused by Soldier FSM a bit, because Soldier FSM is always trying to make the units take cover when they get pressured. Here you see them healing themselves. And this is now compatible with Ace, which is really cool. Okay, so you also see them holding their position in down position, so they're careful. A little bit too much rolling, I know. The flinch on the ground should be not as often. Here you can see a unit dodging. And now he's picking up a launcher. Blue 4 is dangerously close to getting wiped. And as you see, Op4 is pushing now. This group that should be in on a hold waypoint, I don't know why it's pushing. Maybe the synchronization didn't work. I don't know. Also, this group has left their defensive zone a little bit, or maybe they're in. I think the zone was about here, right? So they're in the corner of their defensive zone, but they're not leaving. They're not leaving that. So this group that was spawned inside the zone, they remain their position, while the ones that had just a... No, wait. This group is the one that was linked to the hold, but they're just holding position at where they are. So maybe that's the thing. If you synchronize it, but they're not in the trigger, they will hold whatever position they were just at. They're not moving into their trigger area. So that's something you should... yeah, that's definite. No, wait. They're moving. Interesting. I can definitely say that these guys aren't moving far away from the whole zone. Disregard. Squadler is all the way out here and actually doing a complete flank by himself. Blue 4 is so wiped. They won't have a chance against this. They're gonna run out of ammo soon as well. If they run out, they will actually pick up the weapons from their bodies. I think they're running out of ammo, to be honest. Oh, throwing grenades now. These guys are so fucked. They have one guy actually protecting their flank. He was an MG, but he's 80. Yeah. It's over. See how Blue 4 is pushing. Saying that these guys aren't information sharing, that to me that's, I don't know, it doesn't look right. They're definitely synchronizing and attacking these guys from so many angles. These guys are just holding out in this little spot. With the chain of command, once we get this up and running, as I said in the previous video, these guys would withdraw and they will pop smoke and try to get to a position where they have, they're in a defilade or have some solid cover. I'm amazed that they're still holding out, aren't you guys? They're actually fending off these groups pretty well. But they keep flanking. They're like hyenas. This is not 100% intended. This is just the dodging behavior of Soldier FSM. And once they start getting suppressed, oh, he got tagged. Oh man. Now with these guys dodging. And he's fragging. Throwing a frag. Oh, they're running away from the frag. He's fragging again. Hey, we got the hand grenade. Oh, they're getting close to each other. Oh man. This guy picked up a Blue 4 weapon. Oh man, this is so exciting. Still holding out. Now he needs to pick up weapons. It's over. It's getting, yeah, he's hit. Last guy, our hero. No, it's over. It's just this grenade handling which is getting some errors. Do you have anything more left? They're just in the pile, dead bodies. Oh wait, this group over here got engaged. These guys were enhanced. No, these guys were default. Oh man, what was that? They got hit by something big. As you see here, the defensive squad still holds its position. Didn't move. And now these groups should return to their position. So this is going to be exciting to see if they're returning back once they've eliminated this enemy over here, I guess. Oh, we have a guy still being alive here. See if they figure it out. Oh, this guy's his medic is healing him. Yeah, this is not PAR, man. This is Soldier FSM. Kind of strange they didn't start healing. They didn't start healing while they were fighting. They kind of heal after battle. There you go. This will happen to players as well. So we still have the battle going. This group here is now returning to their hold position, as you see. They pushed out a little bit, even though they were in hold. Oh, they hit this guy with AT. Yeah, he got taken out. So there's only one guy, and that's a LAT guy, light anti-tank, and you have this guy. He's actually taking cover. He's down to his sidearm. Or why? Just freaking out. He's in panic. Look at all his enemies just pouring in. They didn't see him. He's actually hiding. Well, they think he's dead. It's gonna be interesting to see if they actually figure him out. So they're on to this guy. They're moving to the last position of where they found this guy. This guy is actually pushing out. Yeah. So looking forward to DCO when they do proper threat assessment. And now they're angered. Just pushing in aggressively. This is the hunt part of the script. You see the two hold squad here and the defensive squads are back here. This is default. Up here, default and hold. So yeah, as I said, like even if you synchronize the trigger, they will just hold at the position they're at. That's nice to know. These two squads are normal squads, and they're just gonna start hunting this guy. You can break contact with these guys, as I showed in the previous video by running away. But if they find you, they will continue hunting till you're dead. Okay, we got this error again. Pop smoke. Okay, it's being a little passive now. Very cool-headed. Ah, he got hit while he was on his back. Interesting. And he's out of the game. Now it's going to be interesting to see if they actually return to my little spot here. See the group that was coming from EM3, EM1, pulled in, and well, this guy's still blue 4, and I think maybe they see they have. Well, if they start hunting down here, that means that they actually cheat and knows about these guys, even though they're not here. Something I think I could program myself to prevent. Let's see if that is the case. Yeah, he wiped the last guy, and because there's no knowledge here, except these guys are actually reacting. Oh, never do that, by the way. If you just delete units like that, tons of errors. That was my bad. Hopefully they. Let's see what TCL does. Sorry about the error there. Let's just see if they return to their previous positions. FPS is dropping a bit because of the body. I didn't have any garbage. They're searching this area now for whatever was here. And I'm hiding here. I should be. I'm shouldn't be able to see me. And they should start searching for about 180 seconds or so. Should return. But they will actually. I think they will. They have some cheap knowledge about me, like first enemy, something. But they will go on for about 100. Now they're starting to sniff or to get some knowledge about my position. Maybe they're yeah. Don't delete units. You should kill the units, but don't delete while a battle is going on. It's errors there. Okay, so now I think they didn't find any new targets within the time limit. So hopefully now they will actually start returning to their positions. And the other units are simply just hanging out. Yeah, and then they will eventually go into to from combat mode to um, now they're into aware. You see, so they go gradually down to safe mode some time, and they should be heading back. So are still agitated, have some taste of the enemy. They got re-triggered to combat. Something is putting them back into combat. These guys should be aware that's their previous state. So they go into the state that they were in the beginning. Maybe because these guys were also in aware before they started, they go back. Now you see they return. And hopefully they should return. I think one of these groups were actually starting down here, while one was set to EM1, which is over here. So let's see if it actually tries to get back to their position. This is now set to aware, and this is to aware. To me, it seems like they're just standing where they're at. There was one tweak that was done by one of the guys looking at the, I think it was Thunderlord or something. He did a little tweak to prevent the AI from going back to their previous positions. That might be why they're not moving. That might be. Yeah, they're just hanging where they're at, basically. Yeah, I have to look at that. If so, I will actually go back to the previous script so that they turn to the marker position. So yeah, I hope you got some insights into TCL now. I think that's all I have to share, except for going into the tweaking and how the AI be affected by your. That's okay. See you on next.